So this is part 2 of the books that helped me get through my PhD. Last week, I posted a video about the books specific to academia. And today I want to talk about habit-related books and the writing-related books. In the habit-related category, I have 5 books, and all these books have had a significance in forming the habits that I needed to complete my PhD. Unfortunately, when I began my PhD, I was already burned out from my master's degree, and I was also working, all that stuff, different story. But anyways, when I started my PhD, I was already burned out. So the intensity of academia just made it all worse. And I had to step back a bit and recover and then get back on track. So that's when I came upon High Performance Habits by Brendan Burchard. High Performance Habits is a transformative guide to unlocking personal excellence. Burchard distills years of research into actionable strategies that propel individuals towards their highest potential. Through engaging anecdotes and practical exercises, he eliminates the habits and mindset necessary for sustained success. Each chapter offers valuable insights into areas such as clarity, energy, productivity, and influence, empowering readers to cultivate a life of purpose and fulfillment. Burchard's blend of empirical evidence and motivational wisdom makes this book an indispensable resource for anyone committed to achieving greatness in their personal and professional pursuits while remaining healthy. So this is an incredible resource for PhD candidates. Helped me get back on track while teaching me that health is a major component of being a high performer. Someone who takes all their to-dos but is not healthy is not a high performer. The High Performance Habits book also comes with the High Performance Planner, which was a lifesaver. The planners helped me so much in my second and third year of PhD. That was during the pandemic. So I would start the planner over whenever I felt like I was left behind or I had lost motivation. And during my final month of my PhD, before my presentation, when I was crippled with anxiety, I used the High Performance Planner once again to feel like I'm on track, like I'm not losing control, and I'm also not overdoing it in the weeks following to my presentation. The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. Why we do what we do and how to change. This is one of my favorite books of all time. It explains the science behind our routines and behaviors, and the author presents a compelling case for understanding the mechanics of habit formation and how they shape our lives, both individually and collectively. For instance, marketing. Through engaging narratives and insightful analysis of the cue, routine, the reward, the author unveils the power of habit to drive personal transformation, organizational change, and societal progress. By dissecting real-life examples and providing practical strategies, he empowers us to harness this power and to cultivate positive change in our lives. This book offers valuable insights to anyone who seeks to break bad habits and create good habits. Cultivating healthier, more productive routines is crucial for PhD candidates, and so this book I highly recommend. Next up, we have Atomic Habits, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. by James Clear. This is a game changer in the realm of personal development. I feel like it was more of an expansion on The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. These two books were very similar in the message they had to give, at least that's what I understood. The difference is that James Clear in Atomic Habits writes more simply, I'd say, more cohesively for the everyday person, for anyone to understand. Clear's approach delves deep into the science of habit formation, just like Charles Duhigg did in his book, but James Clear offers practical strategies, like more practical. They're kind of more practical. It is clear and precise, and James Clear highlights, the importance of small incremental improvements, what he calls atomic habits. By focusing on the crucial elements mentioned in The Power of Habits, basically cue, craving, response, and reward, Clear provides a roadmap for building habits that align with our goals and values. With his engaging anecdotes and advice, this book equips a PhD candidate with the tools they need to cultivate lasting change and reach their full potential. Deep Work by Cal Newport. Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World. Okay, who doesn't need this book? Reclaiming focus and productivity in an age of constant distraction. Newport argues that the ability to concentrate without distraction is becoming increasingly rare, so very valuable in our knowledge economy. Drawing on research and real-life examples, he outlines practical strategies for cultivating deep work. Intensely focused, undistracted work that leads to a significant accomplishment. By emphasizing the importance of creating dedicated time and space for deep thinking, the author offers a guide for achieving profound levels of productivity and fulfillment. Finally, the last book in this list, in this category, I Didn't Do the Thing Today by Anne Dura, on letting go of productivity guilt. I Didn't Do the Thing Today is refreshing and so very different than the previous books I talked about. It is an honest and relatable exploration of procrastination and self-compassion. The author bravely shares personal experiences and insights, inviting readers to confront their own procrastination habits and with empathy and understanding instead of pushing through the mess. Through humor and humility, the author dismantles the stigma around procrastination and offers practical strategies for breaking free. She advocates for self-compassion and gentle accountability. This book empowers us to embrace imperfection and to make progress at our own pace. And I must say, from personal experience, accountability and productivity can get very overwhelming in academia. And there were times when I felt like I was drowning, and when I found this book, it was like this book kept me afloat. I didn't have to be perfect. I could forgive myself for taking the afternoon off, and I could go slow as long as I didn't stop. This book is a must-read for everyone who are striving to overcome procrastination with self-love, because we're not machines, we're only human. Moving on to the next category, books on writing. I only have 3 books here, but I think 3 books are enough. First we have On Writing Well by William Sinister, the classic guide to writing nonfiction. This is a timeless masterpiece that transcends the boundaries of genre. Author's elegant prose and practical advice make this book a must-read for writers of all genres. Experience into clear, actionable insights on crafting compelling prose. The author's guidance on clarity, simplicity, and voice will inspire and empower you to polish your thesis. On Writing Well is not just a manual on writing. It's a celebration of the craft and the joy of communication. Deep down, a thesis is the communication of your research. The articles you write is a form of communication of your research. This enduring classic belongs on every writer's bookshelf, and I'd say especially to academic writers. I don't know what it is with scientists and their cluttered prose. If you're a PhD candidate, get yourself a copy of this book today and learn how to write clearly early on. Science communication is very crucial, and it's the one thing no one will teach you. Get a copy today and you'll thank me later. I mean, your examiners and any future readers reading your works will thank me later. How to Write a Lot by Paul J. Sylvia, a practical guide to productive academic writing. This is a concise and practical guide that demystifies the writing process. Unlike On Writing Well, that focuses on good writing, How to Write a Lot focuses on writing speed. The author's straightforward approach empowers writers to overcome obstacles and develop productive writing habits. With humor, the author dispels myths of inspiration and motivation, emphasizing instead the importance of setting goals, establishing routines, and prioritizing consistency. If you have to write a very long thesis like all PhDs have to, while also publishing papers on the side, Sylvia's strategies for maximizing output are invaluable. Writing output. By focusing on discipline and strategy rather than talent, will equip you with the tools you need to conquer writer's block and achieve your writing goals. Finally, last but not least, actually I think this is the most important of all, The Elements of Style by William Strunk Jr. This is a handbook for writers seeking clarity and precision in their prose. This is a must-have for anyone who writes in English. I recommend this book even if the only thing you'll ever write are emails. It's a timeless classic with all essential principles of grammar, punctuation, and style gathered into concise and accessible guidelines. This is a very tiny book. With its straightforward advice and examples, this book serves as a trusted companion for writers of all levels. This book will definitely enhance your writing. It doesn't matter if you're in STEM or in computer science or anything else that doesn't have to do with the English language. If you write in English or in any language, you have to know the grammar and the punctuation, and you have to use them correctly. And this should be a no-brainer. This tiny book remains the cornerstone of writing education and a must-have reference for all PhDs who write in English. I cannot stress this enough. There you have it. All the books that helped me through my PhD. Obviously, I read more books than this, but these were the most important. I read some other books that were academia specific and that I didn't quite like. They weren't really for me. But this one's I adored. I went through multiple times and I definitely recommend them. Okay, I guess that's it. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.